What is up guys, it's Harvey here, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing a video, because obviously my Subaru is out of action. I finally got the chance to do a video on my girlfriend's Clio RS 200 EDC, the automatic one. I obviously, if you've been on the channel for a bit, I used to have the Clio RS 200, the Mark III version, which was an actual aspirated version. This I'm in now is a 1.6 litre turbo, and I thought it'd be a good idea to review this. So I'm just going to head to a location where I can video the car a bit, but as I go there, I'm going to talk to you about, you know, what I like about this car, what I don't like about this car, overall experience with the car, and yeah, just sort of give my overall review and thoughts on the car, because I mean we've had it for like 3 years now, I think. So we've had a lot of time to get used to it and all the niggles with it and stuff. So yeah, I hope the end of it is pulling out on me. Hello.
So I'm sitting here, thought I heard my phone ring, but it disappeared. Guess I'm just losing my mind again. I tell myself to breathe in, but the darkness I can see it, and it's mine has gotta begin. Sick and tired of feeling, so sick and tired of
yeah, so I'll start off with the pricing of these. You can pick these up now for like around £8,000, fairly low mileage, decent example one, like £8,000 to £9,000. There is a lot of different specs. This is actually a Lux, what's it called, like a Lux something or other, and it basically means it's got like a reversing camera, the parking sensors, I don't know what else it means, it's got, to be honest. It's I can't remember, there's another thing, but yeah, I don't know. So yeah, that's basically that. And then apart from that, I mean the spec of most of these is more or less the same. There is obviously a changeover period, I think in 2014, where there's like the phase 1s, which is this one, then the phase 2s where they'll have like slightly different fog lights, a slightly different entertainment system features, like you have RS monitor on some of them and stuff, like this one doesn't, and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, they're fairly they're almost more the same, all the RSs. So yeah, the engine's 1.6 turbo. It's if I put my foot down here, it goes. It's got 200 brake horsepower from factory, and I think it's around, how much torque does it have? I can't remember the torque figures, but I think it's like 210, 220. It's decent. Obviously it's 1.6 turbo engine, so it's sort of like it's a competitor to like the Fiesta ST 180s and stuff like that. Although this being an auto box, which is one main thing what people didn't like about these cars, is that they only come in auto, the RSs, which is I don't know, it's good for this sort of car that it's planned to be, because I think this being a manual car, if it was a 1.6 turbo, you wouldn't enjoy it as much, I don't think. I think the gearbox is probably one of the best things about the car. It's not too, some people say they're really slow gearboxes in these. Hold on, there's like a Honda Jazz trying to change lane here in front of me. Yep, okay. Yeah, the gearbox, it's good. It's just not, it's obviously not like DSG levels, but it's there. You don't notice much lag unless you're using the paddles to actually change up and down, where there's a tiny bit of lag, but it's nothing like that's game changing. This one the Jazz does not know what it's doing. So yeah, the gearbox is nice. It's got RS mode, which you can put in now. That opens up, it gives it a bit more exhaust note, and holds the revs a lot higher, faster changes. I'll try and, yeah, you get nice things there. I just did that past a police car, I think, accidentally, or a police bike. Oh well. So yeah, it's got all fairly nice features on it, and what you need for the sort of, you know, the price point of this car. I mean, new obviously if it was expensive, but as a second-hand car, it's a really decent car. Holy man, there's an ambulance going past now. Hello. So yeah, what I was going to say is the handling aspects of the car. So the gearbox is good, the engine's good, it's a pokey 1.6 turbo, it's good. The handling, the ride height stock is very high. The handling, I've never been overly confident with the handling on it, just because I see how high the ride height is. The tyres on it are quite narrow for standard wheels. I mean, it does grip, don't get me wrong, it handles good. It's just not as raw as the old 172, 182 and 197-200, you know, naturally aspirated Clio Sports, where they was all, you know, there wasn't mad power. It was a nice amount of power, but they handled like go-karts, so you could chuck them around corners with lots of confidence, where this is the other way around. This is more like, you've got that straight line speed and that torque and that brunt, but then on the handling, it's not quite there, I don't think. It's not as engaging, the steering's a lot lighter, you don't feel the road as much in one of these. This is a perfect daily driver, whereas like the old Clios, I guess people that don't want, obviously for sporty cars, it wouldn't be a great daily driver, whereas this is aimed at the market of people who want a normal car like my girlfriend. But it's sporty, but you can daily drive and it's comfortable, it's automatic, it's easy to drive, whereas like, yeah, my Clio, it was a lot more raw. Other than that, the car is pretty much great. As for issues I've had with it, no issues at all, I don't think, really. Trying to think if there's any issues. No, not really. I think the gearbox, like, servicing doesn't really need doing until like a fair whack of miles are on it. And yeah, everything's fairly cheap for the car. You can upgrade, the upgrade path's fairly good on these. You can, because it's obviously 1.6 turbo, you can, with like a stage 1 map, with like an induction kit, you can probably get around, I believe it's 250 to 260 brake horsepower. So because of turbo, you've got a fair amount of power you can actually go up to, whereas obviously with the natural aspirated Clios, you didn't have that. You can get like maybe an extra 10 to 15 brake horsepower, unless you start doing like high lift cams and all that stuff, or if you McGlio it and change the engine or supercharge it, obviously then you can get more power. But yeah, it's a good stock daily driver, really good, not really too much to complain about. There's obviously a few niggles you have with every car, but it's not my daily driver, so I don't really pick up on things too much. I mean, like the auto stop's annoying, but you just turn it off every time you get in the car, like I've done now. Or if you're in sport mode, it's not going to do that anyway. It's got launch control, which I've never used in this, but I think I remember how to do it, but I don't, and I've never really been anywhere I need to try and do it. It's not really my car to launch. I don't want to break it. Sorry, I'm yawning, Jesus. So yeah, I'm trying to think of like anything else that's sort of come up as this car. I mean, yeah, the car's obviously a 5-door for a Clio Sport, which was the first thing ever. So but it's practical. That's sort of why my girlfriend wanted to get it, because of the practicality of it. Obviously you can fit people in the back. You've got fairly decent boot space with it being a hatchback. It's a good all-rounder. You can use it for everything. It's obviously a front-wheel drive drivetrain, obviously. I'm not too sure if it has limited slip diff in it or not. I wanted to say it does, but I can't remember. I'll look it up. Either way, it doesn't really make much difference with the power this car's running. It sometimes will wheel spin if you floor it from first or second, but a third onwards, like, you know, your traction is usually great. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can hear it now. All this has had done to it is induction kit on it, which is the ITG one, which makes it sound nice. I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear that on video. And it's got a center section, center res delete. I guess Honda Jazz is just in both lanes. Yeah, my center section delete, that allows a lot more pops to come out of the upchange noise, like the DSG faults, which is good. So as you can see, it's a nice looking car. It's fairly it's got black badges on it at the moment as well. It's a fairly standard looking car. It blends into traffic nicely. It still looks sporty. It's got a fairly aggressive front. Then obviously the rear has the diffuser, the dual tips, which I'll show you now. You can see there, it's got like the dual exhaust, the diffuser, which looks really nice. It does look a really nice car. And then going inside, the interior is fairly nice. It's obviously French, so it's not expensive, but it's a nice place to be, nevertheless. Seats are nice and bolstered, very nice seats. Steering wheel's nice. There's obviously a gear selector, and you've got the floppy paddles there. And you've got the entertainment system in the middle, which is decent in this car, but it could do improvements. It's a bit hit and miss, a bit annoying. Like Bluetooth connectivity and stuff, it works, and when it's working, it works well. It's just sometimes there's little niggles with it, but you're gonna have that with any entertainment system car of this like price range. Under the bonnet, show the engine. And obviously here's your 1.6 turbo engine. The turbo being all the way back there, as you can see, just a little one. ITG induction kit on. That's about it really for the engine. Not much else changed. Like I say, you can get decent power out of these if you really want to, which is nice. But yeah, that's the outside. I'll also touch on the running costs of these cars. So you can average with one of these 30 miles per gallon easily, if not more. That's what this one's averaging. I think it's on like 32, 33, and that's with a lot of town driving as well. So if you're doing motorway miles, you get 40 miles per gallon out of this thing easily. Sorry, yawning. The oil, it seems to get, I've had this checked as well, just pull it out on me. The oil it drinks, I'd say every 3 months I have to put like half a litre of oil in it. I asked people, I've seen on the forums, and these engines do just, you know, get through a bit of oil. It's normal for these, so that's not too bad. Apart from that, tyres on it, it's a weird tyre size, so the 18-inch wheels, they're expensive when they need replacing, so just make sure of that. I don't know why there's such a weird tyre size. The one's like stretched, they're only 205 width, and they're very like niche random tyres, so not many tyre brands actually make them. I mean, you can get PS4s, but £157 a tyre, which is expensive for this car. Bearing in mind my Subaru with bigger tyres, bigger wheel sizes, like £100 a corner. So that's that. We'll just quickly chuck it. Don't know if you're able to hear the DSG faults there, but yeah. I'll go park up and try and just get some cinematics of the car anyway. I think I've talked about more or less everything I can talk about. I mean, like, really, it's just, you know, it's good, decent handling, good engine performance, and yeah. The steering, it gets heavier as you go faster, like on this dual carriageway here. It definitely gets heavier, but it's definitely not as raw as the other Clios. It's definitely took a different approach to it totally, which I guess can be good or bad. Like I said earlier, it's for a different market, this car really, so. So that's the Clio RS 200 EDC anyway, or the MK4 Clio RS, whatever you want to call it. I know it's not like an in-depth review like I do with the Clio and stuff, it's more just an insight. It's not my car, I don't daily drive it. I don't want to... It's a great car for what it is, it's a great daily driver. Personally, I prefer the old Clio. I'm probably being biased though, but then I prefer that car because it was more raw, it was on coilovers, even the standard suspension, it was a lot more, you could feel the road. Whereas this is a lot more sports car, but it can do everything, it does everything well. I don't think it excels in one particular bit, like the Clio excelled in handling and like driver feel, whereas this does everything like pretty much good. I'd say the best thing about this car is the engine performance is really good for 1.6 litre, and for the price range of these, the gearbox is fairly good. You look online, there's not many issues people come across with these cars. Very issue free, being obviously, I mean, the newer French cars are fairly reliable. It's been a very reliable car for us and for my girlfriend. It's only on 40,000 miles now. We've had it since 27,000 miles, 13,000 miles of ownership. Not a single issue, it's been fine. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I'm probably gonna do another video anyway, comparing it directly to the RS200 and like going through each bit. So yeah, hope to see you guys in the next one.